Here's the easiest way to take billions of dollars out of the economy and put it in your pocket. We've seen it, it's already happened, and it's been proven to work in the marketplace. Get people to think when they're stuck, there's something wrong with them. It's always worked. It's still working. And the money is flowing. Where? Into the pockets of the leaders of the How to Improve Yourself industry who figured out how to convince people like you and me we're doing something wrong and that we need their help. You're not stuck. You're not stuck. You're not stuck. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing, and you don't need that kind of help. You're not stuck. You're expanding. That's true. The hidden gift of resistance solves this problem of thinking, I'm doing something wrong and I need somebody. My dogs just went off. Someday I'll get a studio. You think you're doing something wrong, and people who are marketing to you in the How to Improve Yourself industry who've been successful on the big stages know this, and they know exactly what will trigger you to think they have a signature method, a unique mechanism, or an approach that will solve the problem. The truth is, there's no problem. You don't have one. You have an opportunity to use the hidden gift of resistance to move forward in your own terms, in your own way, and get what you want. For employed people, this is different in a lot of ways because you get a paycheck coming in. So if you're getting the paycheck, you can kind of coast along for a while and ignore what's true and what's really going on in your world. But if you're paying your own way, you're an entrepreneur, you own a business, you're a coach, any kind of solopreneur, self-employed person, you're trying to be a content creator, you're whatever you're doing, it's different because that feeling's got to be dealt with. And if you don't, you won't get paid. And eventually the money will be gone and you'll blown the opportunity. You thought this was burnout. You thought something was wrong. There's nothing wrong. You thought maybe this whole business, doing your own thing, paying your own way, being an entrepreneur, whatever the thing is you're doing, or this personal transformation path that you're on, where you want your business and your life to come together, purpose-driven kind of people, if that's who you are. You just decide, this isn't for me. That's a tragedy. It's a tragedy. And the How to Improve Yourself industry is not helping at all. And it's because it's not true. What they're saying, which is that there's something wrong with you and you need a solution. You don't need a solution at all. What if the pressure you're feeling isn't a sign that you're failing? What if that pressure and that feeling of, oh my God, I've been there so many times, I could talk for 15 hours straight. I could do a 24-hour marathon about how many moments of despair I had where I thought, I'm doing it wrong. What am I going to do? This is never going to work. And how I got through it was never, not one time, because I paid somebody to help me that said they could help me. It's never worked, ever. Not once. What if those moments are a sign you're expanding and your belief about yourself is trying to shift. What if the feelings you're having are feelings that are trying to help you open your heart more and connect with other people? What if that pain inside your body is trying to wake you up to the fact that if you pay attention to it, you will have a leap in results? I'm going to break down what most entrepreneurs today misread as failure or stagnation. And the reason this is such a problem is because of social media, because the solutions are everywhere now, but they're not solutions, they're marketing programs. So it's in the old days, when I was in these moments, I dealt with it and I felt it and I worked through it and I succeeded every time. And I had a big leap as I went through that stuff. I owned it. I went in it and I'm like, I didn't understand what was going on. I just did it. Now I understand how it works. But back then I didn't. I just did it. If I had all this social media stuff everywhere with all these people telling me how to think, what to do, and that their solution was going to work for me, I would have failed. I never would have been able to accomplish the things that I did in my life if I'd listened to those people. And I know this because I did for 2 years. They got me. The How to Improve Yourself industry marketers. I'm going to break down what most entrepreneurs misread as failure or stagnation. And the truth is, when you're growing internally, your external world often slows down. And that's where people give up. Because inside, you're like, there's all this stuff going on. And you look outside at the world and you're like, my income's declining. I have less fans and followers, which is what everybody's obsessed with right now, even though it doesn't make any difference. But they are. So you're obsessed with that. Fine. Watch it go down. And inside, something's shifting, but you're focusing on the outside of what's going wrong. It's like, where's the money? That's it. When you're growing internally, when you're shifting internally, your external world often slows down and people give up because they think, oh, it's not working. It's not working. It's not working. And they're in what's called hypnotic rhythm. It's not working. It's not working. What am I going to do? I got to find an answer. How do I know this? Because I know how it works because I've done all that. I feel like, what am I going to do? I need this 8 grand. How much? It's only 8 grand. Your group coaching program's only 12 grand a year or 24. Oh, I'm going to do that. You're so popular on video, and yeah, I can be popular on video like you. I need to be popular so I make more money. How much? 5 grand? That's it. I write the check. It's not the problem with the programs. It's not the problem with the learning. It's the relationship between the feeling state, the thinking state, and the connection with my body and the belief that this other person has figured it out and has an answer. And they know that because it worked for them. The marketing stuff worked. So they're going to keep doing it because they're looking at their external results and they're going like this. My external results are going like this. The more I ignore them, the more I get what I need on the way down to go up. That's the truth. That's how it works. So here's what to do. I'll give you 5 things you can do right now. When it feels like everything's falling apart, when everything's falling apart, now you got a big opportunity. Now, I did a lot of this alone. You don't have to do it alone anymore. That's why we have this campus. So you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to do this alone. I like doing it alone because I like the pain. Not everybody does. So 1, stop pushing. Let the tension teach you. What's the tension? It's the disconnection between your outside life and what's going on inside you. That's the tension. It's shifting. Inside is shifting. You're ready for a new world. You're ready to make a leap. And that leap's happening inside you. But now the outside, the world you're living in, your business experience or whatever, has not caught up yet with the shift going on inside you because you're creating a new world for yourself as you've made all these big changes to be a coach, an entrepreneur, evolve your company, whatever it is you're doing. That tension is trying to help you, not hurt you. The biggest issue that causes us problems is when we try to push the result. If you stop pushing, you're going to start to get better results. That's first. Second, don't outsource your meaning. Take back authorship. This is a big trap in the how to improve yourself industry experience that many people have because I'm outsourcing the meaning to someone else who gave me the answer. So now I'm like, oh, thank God. Tom knows, Russell knows, Alex knows, um, Layla knows, they know. Oh, I can relax now. I found my answer. Don't outsource your meaning. Don't outsource your meaning. Take back authorship. Why? Because underneath that block, underneath that tension is your answer. Your answer is inside you. They don't have it. I don't have it. Nobody has it except you. You're being robbed on the road by bandits who robbed you of the opportunity to find meaning and purpose in your own life. It's horrible what's going on from my perspective. It's a tragedy. There's so many people who are really doing important things. And then all of a sudden, it's like I have these bad moments, like bad. And I look up and I'm like, oh, there's an answer. The oasis, the mirage. It's a mirage in the desert. Looks good. It's the island in the Odyssey, where Odysseus sees the sirens. And they're like, oh, thank God. I can take a break. No, they'll eat you. Don't do that. Third, break the illusion of urgency. This is the key to it. So, what happens is we get in this hypnotic rhythm in our mind, or we're stuck in our body pattern and we can't get out of it, or we're trapped in this emotion that's feels terrible. It feels horrible. Well, it is. It's a test. It's very difficult. That feeling is not just yours. It's a human condition feeling. It's very, very painful. It's supposed to be. Break the illusion of urgency. That changes everything because the illusion is I need an answer or a solution. Well, we're in a society and an economy now where everyone's got an opinion online and a program or an answer or a book or something, how to improve yourself, about how to deal with this. None of it's real. I'm not criticizing them. What I'm saying is that if it's marketed and I'm in a state of urgency inside me, I might buy it, robbing me of the ability to break through the illusion that I've created because that's how life works. It's about evolving myself. It's about seeing the truth about my own thinking. It's about getting in a different frequency of emotion that's more positive. It's about releasing the things in my body. They're actually lodged in my body that have been trapping me sometimes my entire life. That's the work of life. And we're robbing people of that in our modern marketing economy. 4, get into your body, not just your goals. Again, the goals are a way out. And I've done this all the time. I don't want to feel the thing that's going on. I don't want to stop working. I don't want to feel better. I want the feeling to go away altogether. So what do? I force myself into action and I write down goals and I go run harder and I do it again and again and again and again. And then I keep going, keep going, keep going. Just do it, just do it, just do it until I run into a brick wall like this head first. And then I have a gaping wound, not in the neck, right in the head, and my skull's collapsed. And then I'm laying on the ground And it's like, are you ready now to get back into your body and connect with nature, connect with who you are, take a walk, take a deep breath. It's all in the breath. Take a deep breath. I can't get into my body and take a deep breath if I'm forcing myself to move forward faster into goals to release myself from pain. It won't work. 5, redefine results from outcomes to integration. I think this is one of the most important ones. And I think in terms of results, what can I get from the world? I want these results. And if I get the results, now I'll be okay. But there's nothing wrong in the first place. So that's never going to work because then I'll just want more results. And then the same thing will happen. I may be not conscious of this. The more conscious you become of this process within yourself, that's called increasing and expanding self-awareness and consciousness, greater consciousness, expanding into consciousness. There's lots of ways people describe this stuff, but essentially it's redefining what a result is. Instead of an outcome of a thing I can go get out there in the world, it's about integration inside myself in alignment with my purpose, passion, and meaning, who I really am, energetically at the core of my being, why I'm here, what I really should be doing, what I really want to be doing, and how am I going to do those things? What kind of action do I want to take in the marketplace? What are the mechanisms that fit me now of all these millions of choices? And then how do I integrate all of that in my marketplace with other people and form those core groups of mentors, peers, and partners, and then start expanding that out in a way where I have more customers that are paying me, as well as leverage partners that are helping me get more visible, but in a way that works for me, where it feels integrated. I don't feel like I'm compromising because my list is this size and their list is this size and this joint venture stuff. Um, this is easier with ease. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's done with ease. With ease. Disease is the opposite. I create disease if I don't do this because I'm forcing myself to get these outcomes and goals because they must happen or I feel like I'm going to explode. That's not a great way to live. It never has been throughout human history, but this has become like mainstreamed as normal. Trust me, I'm one of you. I know it from my own experience. I'm not making it up. It's very, very painful to go through as an entrepreneur where you're making your own living. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? I know it's wrong, but I'm just going to keep going. Integration's different. It feels different because it is different. This is a completely different model for entrepreneurship that we've created here. And it's one that values inner alignment just as much as outer action. So it's not spiritual development and manifestation at the expense of outer action. No. And it's not outer action at the expense of inner development and making it about me. It's both together. Some people will focus more on external action, outer action, because that's where they're at. They see life more as a victory to be won, and it's fine. Others are going to be like me, more on that inner side. And then I'm creating my reality from my imagination and my thoughts. There's lots of, we know a lot about it. It's just not everyone should do that. It works automatically. You don't have to do it. That's the thing. Some people are going to be focused more on the market. Others are going to be more self-aware of themselves. Doesn't matter. The key is, who are you? And there's an alignment. This model, what I'm calling flexible founder mode, is about valuing inner alignment just as much as outer action. They're both important. If I develop myself spiritually and I float out into the ether in what's called the subtle bodies of these planes, the atmic plane, the Buddhic plane, there's all these planes, the causal plane. Where did I go? Where did I go? Where am I? I'm not here in the world. I'm not in the moment. I'm out there somewhere inside myself. I feel great. I'm floating around. And then it's like, oh, wait, is the phone bill due? Can somebody handle that for me? I'm elevated. I'm in my little magic bubble here. That's valuable. Inner alignment is valuable. That's important. If you don't do any of that, you need to start doing a little bit. Pay attention to yourself and how you feel. Enough. That's enough. For some of us, it's like, the subtlest little feeling in the body is like, oh, I'm going to spend 30 minutes working on that. Yeah, that's important. It's the core of it. But without outer action in the world, how do I set up my business? How do I deal with the IRS? How do I deal with the technology? What's my content strategy? How do I connect and network in a way that feels right for me? I'm going to fail. So I'll be a broke, floating bubble of happiness, but bliss. Or I will be an extremely successful, annoyed, frustrated, and empty existential crisis billionaire, stuck in a trap of my own making forever. We have a choice. We have a choice. This is flexible. That's the idea. Whose choice? Yours. I don't know what's right for you within all those different options. If you've been called to create something real, to build a business that's based in truth, you can't skip this part. It's what becoming looks like. So becoming and being is such an interesting conversation to me because you can't explain it. It can't be spoken of, really. We can talk about it, but we can't really understand it and talk about it with each other because it's an inner experience, becoming and being. It's very, very personal. The simplest I can make it is you can't skip this part. The becoming part is the trial. So I'm becoming being. That's what it means. So becoming for me means the gauntlets, one after another for years. What is this thing next? I don't know. I'm going to go do it. Oh my God, that was brutal. Okay, I'm going to do it again. Oh, that worked. I'm going to do it again. Oh, that worked. Now fast forward 30 years or whatever, becoming. And then there's a moment of being where there's a feeling of there's nothing else to become. There's just more being in a different way. So it's not becoming anymore. And people will say, what is that, enlightenment? And I'm like, I don't know what the word means. It doesn't make any sense. That word is from traditions that have its own inner logic to it. And we've taken these words in the modern world and we've stripped them out and assigned all these meanings to them that don't mean anything. So if you talk to somebody in those traditions, they'll say, no, let me explain it to you. And they can't because it'll take too long. You can't. They're like, take a breath. They'll put you through their processes so you figure it out. So we've assigned these concrete meanings to things that outstripped out of their anchoring traditions. It doesn't make any sense. It's confusing everybody. And now marketing people are taking these things and saying, oh, look, we can package this into something that'll make us money. Becoming and being is your own experience and understanding the rules in a way. I don't know if rules is the right word, but just how these things work is a big part of what we bring as the entrepreneur experience, because everyone in our group has their own version of this. And it's not my job or anybody's job to teach you what your version is. This is the opposite of that. This is a new model for entrepreneurship. It's about you understanding yourself through principles and approaches and mechanisms that will work for you, what to take and how to integrate and fit them together. Business traction and personal acceleration. How does it go together for you? Our job is to guide you through the ecosystem that we've created together. All of our founders. Um, that's our job. It's not to find what the answer is for you. There will be no marketing done by anybody in our group. Never, because it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It won't help anybody because you're not stuck, you're expanding. And this hidden gift of resistance is your resistance you've created inside yourself that I created inside myself because I didn't understand how it worked. But I figured it out on my own because I had to. And if I could have gotten a job, I would have. If I could have had a career, I would have. If I could have stopped this pain, I would have. I couldn't. Every time I tried, it didn't work out. I'm like, oh, finally, I got a job with a paycheck. Great. Didn't work out. Oh, I finally found an industry. There's my home. Didn't work out. Oh my God, I finally made it to, top 1%, top 4%, whatever. Now I'm known. Like I got a whole thing here. It's all worked out. Solid. Didn't work out. That's not failing. That's expanding. I wasn't stuck at all. I thought I was. I'm like, oh my God, I got into the AI marketing analytics industry early. I'll give you a concrete example. Now I'm working at one of the top companies of the industry, a company called Networked Insights, and they're paying me over 200 grand a year. And I'm doing what I love doing. And I succeeded. And then I got fired after 6 months. Um, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I got another job immediately. And I'm like, oh, it didn't matter. People know me now. They know I'm good. I got another job. And I didn't get the offer letter right away. Silicon Valley problems don't work for people like that. Great company, great technology, great people, funded by, venture capital. So it's like, well, we have a hiring freeze now. The board changed their mind. You're not our new VP of partner channel, whatever the hell it was called anymore. I'm like, God damn it. That was a perfect job. And I went from this to this to this, and I'm moving up, I'm moving up, I'm moving up. And that was the end. When that happened, I was like, I can never do this again. I am out. And I started my own company and I used LinkedIn. This was back in like 2006 and it worked. And I'm like, damn it, 1.5 million? I got to 1.5 million in revenue at a massive profit margin. I'm like, finally, I got there. Um, and then GoDaddy took down my website because one spam complaint. This is what my life has been like. My entire life has been like this. And it's not because I was stuck. It was because I was expanding. My vision was expanding inside me. My abilities, my hidden potential was coming out. I'm fighting it every step of the way. Many entrepreneurs are like this. And we have a big mission inside. It's not a mission. We have a big vision inside. And we want to do it because we have to. But there's this secret desire of, can I just take a break for like a year? Like can I just be like an accountant? I think, but I know a lot of accountants. I sold into the industry and I know I've had many CPAs and I'm like, no, I don't want to be an accountant. That whole industry's been destroyed over the last few years. It's brutal being an accountant right now. So I'm like, oh, that didn't work either. Oh, what if I could just be a corporate executive of some sort? That was my big dream. I'm like, now I look what they're going through. What if I could just be a doctor like my brother? That would be great. Everyone would think I'm smart. It would be easy. I get a check every month. But I look at what he's gone through because he's in infectious diseases. So it's been brutal for him dealing with all this craziness in our society. Um, and that got me to the answer, which is the hidden gift of resistance is where the answers are. It's not out there getting a different role or stability from a paycheck or stability from a career, because I don't need stability. What I need is inner strength. How do I get inner strength? This is how. When you're stuck, use it to get inner strength. It's a gift. The hidden gift of resistance is this resistance you're feeling is the answer. It is the opportunity to expand. And as more and more people do this on the Entrepreneur Experience platform and bond together in groups based on what you care about, shared desire groups, I call it, and get out into the marketplace, everything is going to change for you and other people who come in contact with you. And you won't need any of this marketing stuff anymore. You'll just use it as you see fit, meaning the social media platforms and connections and networking groups and stuff. It's still valuable, but you won't have to market yourself anymore because you'll just be who you are in the market.